Hello and welcome to the late Apex. We are here at the Apex Racing Esports Studio and we have a lot to cover today, going from Assetto Corsa EVO, Gran Turismo, and a bit of NASCAR, Test Drive Unlimited, and I am joined by none other than Jamie Fluke. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yes, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I recall leaving this last week saying, oh yeah, Sam's going to be back next week. And here I still am.
You did such a good job.
he couldn't possibly follow me.
No, well, I
last week.
think we broke the length record.
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah, we ended up just talking too long.
Nah, not too long. No, we had great insights and wonderful information to impose upon the entire world.
Yes, that's definitely what I remember as well.
How are you doing, David?
Yes, I can't complain. House move, so busy, but this is a really nice breakaway. It's warm in here. There's no door open. I haven't got to carry or build furniture. I'm
still in a quarter zip though. I'm cold this week. Oh, it is fresh out there.
It is indeed. All right, should we get into it? I think it's the title. It's the big one. It's what everyone's been waiting for because Assetto Corsa EVO, we covered it last week about being delayed, and we actually mentioned they need to come forward with something because we found out in a stupid way from financial documents and, you know, not the way we wanted to find out. So they dropped a really good trailer on us, which we're going to play in a second. But this has some big boots to fill. I mean, I know we're on the esports side of it all and the competitive online racing, but Assetto Corsa, not only is it most people's first, like, PC gateway into sim racing, it's huge.
Yeah.
Like, the non-competitive side is a lot bigger than the competitive side, and AC. Yeah, I mean, they're calling this EVO. Yeah, I'm taking Evolved. There's a lot. I think there's a lot to fill here. They need to get this right.
They do, but I think they have the upside in that the original AC is such a good platform for that, you know, entry into sim racing. The mod community is massive there. So it'll be interesting to see how that transfers over or exactly what direction the game's going in. Now we'll take a look at the trailer in just a moment, but I think it's more AC rather than ACC, which also then makes me question what does that mean for ACC?
Yes.
And did the two worlds completely mesh and meet together? Or?
I was hoping so, yeah, because ACC feels like it's not at the end of its life, but it is I think for the development team. They literally called the last physics update, I think they called it final.
Yeah.
And I think this is what upset people because the latest one, the 1.9, hasn't gone down too well. And obviously I'm talking about the 1%. All I know is that top 1%, they're not happy. Now, maybe everybody else is.
But I would say for those people under the 1%, their opinions I don't think aren't going to change, or they're not going to change as vastly or as widely as those that drive it every day to the nth degree sort of a thing. So like their viewpoint from patch to patch probably isn't going to shift as much. So yeah, it is the 1%ers that are. All
right, let's watch the trailer.
Yep.
And then we can chat about it afterwards because there's going to be a lot to talk through. Yeah. It is a good trailer. I don't know if you've seen this yet.
I did see it, yeah. I did have a nitpick though, and I did have a look at it. I'll point it out once we finish.
I had a bit of a nitpick as well. I had to. It's so short.
Yeah.
So this is outside the track. Definitely road car there.
It isn't about performance or power.
And obviously they said yes to the Porsche money.
Yes.
Driving. Because car passion is a state of mind.
Car passion.
Car passion.
Lots of alphas.
Driven by heart.
Yeah. One of that one will break down. Mini
suspension.
I know. That's how a Mini should be, and just bouncing around all over the place.
That part, that almost looks real, doesn't it?
Yeah. Visually stunning.
So they've gone in for Pesk? Was it early days? Rain looks good. Yeah. Well, visually there looks stunning.
Visually. Frame rate though, there, looking at the wipers was my big, it's like, oh, right, well, how well optimized is this? But visually, look at it.
Yeah, and it does say in-game footage, but look, suspension does look, well, a step up. If this isn't in actual replay mode, then it's a good step.
Yeah. In-game footage though, and the traffic there.
Traffic, yeah, I noticed that as well. And that shot of the shoes, I noticed. I wonder if you're going to be able to mod your clothes. They showed your shoes there, and they were bright red and white.
All right, getting the Speed Cats on the go for next year then. So that's AC Evo. That's the trailer.
So nitpick, go on, fire your things, and I'll fire some back.
Yeah, for me, it looks like okay. We have visually stunning. How well is it going to run?
Yeah,
especially given ACC is built off of the Unreal Engine. Oh, I'm not 100% sure what this.
No, this is their
different.
own.
Oh, it's that's right. They're developing their own engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how good is it going to be?
Yeah, I do think that visually was up to a 10. Like everything was the lighting through the rain looked like I'd love to think my PC at home could run that with 50 cars while raining.
At more than 4 FPS.
I had it this week in iRacing. Spa started raining, started the grid, triple multi-class. I was getting 58 FPS. It's like on my PC with the settings I run. I have a streaming PC. It's insane. So yeah, and that looked fidelity looked tenfold.
Yeah,
I noticed a few things. I don't know how much are rushed or put together. I thought suspension did look good. That's one thing I always look for, especially when you're out the car. Like having the suspension be predictable inside the car. Lots of sims have got that right.
Yeah.
From outside the car, you've only really got iRacing. AC wasn't bad. ACC's terrible.
Yeah.
Rennsport was terrible. Like from the outside, there's no suspension. They don't quite float, but it doesn't look how it feels. In the sim, you're like, oh, that, it feels good.
You don't see dynamic car movement, really.
Yeah.
It's just car straight, car sideways, car.
Yeah, exactly. That was my...
It's very analog, for lack of a better way of putting it, whereas it looked... Yeah.
I did notice the rain. That was Imola, right?
Yeah.
It's going uphill.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so...
Or it's sort of coming like on a diagonal.
No, it could be it could be a shadow,
Yeah.
like messing with how their lighting engine's running. It looks good. Obviously, they're showing off a lot of road there. I think that's to pay homage, one of those two.
Both.
To AC,
Yeah.
that core audience. They don't. I assumed they didn't want to just show off GT3s. It would be like people were like, we haven't.
Yeah, I don't think the community's looking for ACC 2.0.
Correct. Yeah.
They're looking for a bit more than that.
But I did notice. Obviously, we saw lots of hand shots, no gloves, indicating road. We saw the road Mercedes. We saw obviously a few road cars. We saw traffic. We saw the CAF outside the Nordschleife. We saw that public road. Now, obviously, all of this could be just like part of the career mode, and you don't get to drive it, and your guy drives to work. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not that, and then we do get a bit of. I'd love to drive a car to the track to race. Like I don't know. I'd take 20 minutes out of my time to drive myself to the racetrack.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't see. Well, I saw the Porsche Cup, but let's face it: if you launch a game that's going to do sim racing, Porsche and BMW phone you, and they offer you money to have the Mission R and the Porsche Cup. Like, it's got to be a fact because every sim has it.
Yeah,
they've definitely got the Mission R.
Probably, yeah.
Definitely. I think it was their first car. That's what I'm calling it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw the Porsche Cup, which is interesting. Saw Brands Hatch. So we got the British Porsche theme going on there. Looked really good. So let's see. I'm really interested in, obviously, the thing we do, the online competitive multi-part with servers that are well run. But you spoke about it earlier. We just don't know what the plan is with ACC. Is this evolved to replace them both? Because I would love that.
Yeah.
I mean,
if you can do both at the same time under one hood, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
If it's one of the two, but not both, then less of a game changer. So
yeah, I don't mind if there's an open worldy drive road cars that you earn by earning money at AI races, and there's a championship mode, and you can design your character. But then you turn up to the 3 o'clock Porsche Cup race at Brands Hatch that's ranked, and you get your ELO and sign me up.
Yeah,
if I get spun out of a race in iRacing, what do? Just sit there twiddling my thumbs waiting for the next one. If I can drive around
just pop off and just do something that just have a little joyride for it, basically. Doing donuts on the Autobahn.
Buy some new sneakers for my character, get a new hoodie, turn up looking really good for the next official.
Yeah. to get put into the gravel in T1 again.
Correct, but it's worth it.
But you'll look good doing it.
So I made some notes. Obviously, we saw real roads. We saw traffic. Well, we definitely saw a car go in the wrong way. I have seen that in officials, though, a car going the wrong way.
Yes. But it looked like just a regular public road.
Definitely a public road.
Or something that looked kind of hill climb-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it is just those turns are definitely not far from the Nordschleife track.
Okay.
100%. So I'm assuming it's that road coming in.
Yep.
The graphics looked insane. Now, they did make a point of mentioning it was in-game footage, so we're going to have to just believe them.
Yeah.
But yeah, the graphics was insane. The rain, I think the rain hype was there in sim racing, but iRacing's done its best to
basically kill it.
Yeah.
Because it's, funnily enough, it's quite difficult.
Yeah, everyone wanted super realistic, and then everyone forgot to think, oh, wait, I'm not that good of I'm okay.
Yeah. I'm not a professional racing driver. This is quite difficult.
This is really difficult.
And as someone whose job it is to be quite quick in the sim, I find it quite difficult as well. It's like, oh, like I really need to pay attention to not drop this every corner.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard work. It's good fun when you get it right, but it's bloody hard.
It is really, really hard.
So we'll see how it fails in AC Evo.
Yeah,
soon.
That's the only thing that annoyed me is it was like a movie trailer. They didn't give us anything substantial to know what the game is.
Yeah.
Is it a subscription? Like, is it free to play and you pay to race? Like,
yeah.
What?
Is it something in between where it's like fairly cheap for a game, but then a ton of DLC?
Yeah, Mission R DLC. And,
yeah. So.
So I did make a note of their partners, quite a few, but Porsche, Alfa Romeo, Ford. But then this is why I definitely feel either career mode or modding is there, because modding your vehicles.
Yeah.
They've partnered with RC, Bell helmets. I've wrote something wrong here. I can't remember the third one. OMP. Yeah. Thanks, autocorrect. OMP, who, they're a big manufacturer of, seats and stuff. So, it looks like maybe you can tune your vehicle.
Yeah.
Which I haven't. So that was one thing I did want to mention. I got Gran Turismo vibes from it. Stunning visuals.
Yeah. Like
they showed off the shoes.
Yeah.
Now, it could have been just showing off the pedal usage, but it just happened to be like a bright white pair of Nikes with, sorry, I'm lived in America for 11 years. I say weird terms. With the red stripes, and it looked like you could customize it.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be orange, or you get some Adidas, or, just
Adidas.
what I... Adidas.
There's another one.
Yeah.
11 years in America has changed you, David.
It has changed me. I know. I pick up it all the time. I stopped for gas on the way.
I like it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Walking down a sidewalk?
Sidewalk? No, I didn't. I never bought that one.
Never did? Okay.
No.
Good.
Yes, I'm definitely getting Gran Turismo vibes, which, Gran Turismo's the biggest selling racing game? Probably.
Of all time, for sure.
Yeah. So let's see how it all comes together. And if it's, my personal, I want to know is it there to replace ACC? Because that's what I really want to hear. I want to hear them have that side of it. I'd love nothing more than to hear that side. Oh, of course, AC. Ironically, the bit I want is going to make them far less money than the bit they're showing off.
But I reckon it'll be a massive game changer if it's both. If it's something that can actually challenge iRacing properly, and then also brings in the more casual community as well on top of it, you get a bit of everything. I feel like that's what sim racing as a whole has been crying out for. It's kind of one platform to rule them all.
Yeah, it's not a bad shout.
In terms of both the hyper-competitive stuff and then your more casual, but it's so hard to place then, I feel like, as well, with all the mods and so on and so forth. So, tricky, but yeah. My worry is that we're like we've seen what we've seen now, and we're like painting this amazing picture in our head of what it could be. And then we're going to get an announcement in like 6 weeks, and it's like, oh no, it's not any of those things at all. And then we're just, oh well, waste of time.
Yeah, it's a couple of Alphas, a couple of Ferraris, and we've added brands and the Nordschleife.
Yep, and that's it. Enjoy. Here's your early access.
Yeah, obviously a few things. It is going to be coming to early access, which I don't mind if it's handled well.
Yeah.
But it needs to be handled well, and they need to be a bit more honest and transparent than the last plethora of sims that have promised the world and then they just stayed in early access.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to mention was they did talk about modding, because obviously they're going to upset their core audience if no modding's there. But they said they haven't ruled it out, and it is something they're considering.
Yeah.
But they want to finish the game first. Obviously, the biggest problem with all the whole modding is the complete. There basically is no mod you can come up with or do that doesn't breach your copyright.
Yeah.
Unless you've quite literally invented a car, but then no one would want it.
Exactly.
And nor would you. So you've just wasted your own time. Anything you build is a copyright infringement
Yeah.
of some sort. So
Yeah.
it's difficult to announce modding. It's more something you let happen, and iRacing and Trading Paints. It's
Yeah.
never mentioned, it's never talked about. Just it happens, and they don't worry. It's not theirs.
Yeah.
That's how modding's treated.
Yeah.
On the subject of Gran Turismo, this is a good spin. See how I wrote this perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gran Turismo 7 October update, a free update. Now, we don't cover every update on this podcast all the time, but this one, I think we've got the video, is definitely worth showing off. A short video, 3 new cars. I'll let the cars speak for themselves. This is a free update. Awesome car.
Very good car. One of my favorites of all time.
Yeah. Also an awesome car.
I'm more of a Subaru boy, but yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, yes,
What is this?
because why not? Because why not?
So
It's
that's
free,
why.
you can't complain. It's free.
Yeah, this is the reason it made the podcast. Van racing, is it something you've wanted to do before?
I didn't up to this point, but now I do.
I've got some photos. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Looks like a race, doesn't it?
I'm so up for that. Why not?
Look at that. Race ready. Look at those tyres.
I need a Destruction Derby with one of these things.
I miss Destruction Derby. Destruction Derby 2, I think it wasn't one of my favourite games as a kid. Now I do the same thing in iRacing officials. So yeah, van racing. So I mean, do you play Gran Turismo 7 much, or have you not played 7?
I have played it once, and like it's fine. Like I don't have a problem with it. I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, it's only because we've got a couple of PlayStations out there, and I just had a dabble with it.
So
I've not really played a Gran Turismo actually since 4, which is a long time ago.
If I get it all hooked up, you have to come over to my house, because I actually spent a ton of money getting all my DD and pedals, all of that to work its way through. I had 3 controllers, a lot of wires, a lot of Raspberry Pis, and a lot too much money was went into to get my full rig working in GT7. And the FFE was impressive.
Yeah.
Probably not designed, like at the time they were like showing off the Fanatec 5 new at me. I'm like, I've got 25, so
yeah. Suck it.
But I still lost to people on the controller. Hello to Thomas in chat.
You motor swap the old VW van to have 550 horsepower Porsche engine GT7.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
I never do that sort of thing.
Oh, so we're sticking a super engine into the house?
That would be nice.
I'm all for it. I'm so ready. Because yeah, like one of my favorite things of Gran Turismo, especially Gran Turismo 2, I spent so much time as a child playing that, was just modding the nuts off everything and just seeing what was quick and what wasn't quick.
100%. It's a shame that that's one of the things when you were talking about people crying out for, I would like a one-stop shop for it all.
Yeah.
I really would. Just some downtime, just doing some road driving, traffic. Like I watch people do truck sim, and I just can't be bothered to set it up and learn all the. I mean, if I had everything mapped and I just it would sound good. But I've dreamt this, and I keep dreaming about the next sim to rival, but they never come.
The problem is that we're so splintered and fractured as a community that we all want our own very specific niche thing.
True. Yeah, you're right.
No one's gonna like take the reins and just do everything. Some people want drag racing, some people want a hill climb, some people want rally stuff. Some people want your drift sim. If there was one sim that like just did everything driving related, that'd be amazing. But just
on that note,
yeah,
I did feel like ACC or Kunos didn't want it. You know the phrase, you can't give money away. When they saw the rise of LFM, and once LFM numbers passed their own,
yeah,
they just, I can't believe, I had said months ago, maybe a year ago, they're just going to buy them. Like,
yeah,
makes complete business sense. And then just charge 5, 4 a month.
Yeah.
To be integrate, like have this system integrated.
Yeah.
I just thought it was a no-brainer. Nothing.
I guess they were so against the subscription model.
It's just
So
money. It's money coming
yeah.
in. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, so
I thought they were too much like iRacing then at that point, and whether they felt like they could compete
True.
with the server infrastructure or not, I don't know. But
100%. You're probably right. Okay, moving on to a recent development. The eNASCAR.
Yes.
Yes, we're both excited about this. Was won by none other than our previous... that's the one I'm
former
looking at.
driver, Parker White.
Yes.
Now of Williams.
Correct. What a talent, though.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
We've got some
He's
photos.
so good.
He's ridiculous. I've been co-streaming this, so I've watched every race, every corner, every yellow flag, and he is always front running.
Yep.
If there's a correct strategy call to be made and a bad strategy call to be made, some drivers get caught up. He's always on the good, like well prepared.
Yep.
Strategy drive. He just never, and this is not me taking a dig, he never looked like a winner. He picked up P2, P2, P2. He looked like he was just super fast, but maybe there's
Almost
some
like the killer instinct in a way.
Maybe he was it Niki Lauda? Is he the calculated? Maybe he was just being calculated this whole time.
Yeah.
Securing everything. Why risk going for it?
But then he did go for it when it absolutely mattered. Right at the death.
Yeah.
The one time when he has to go for it, he went for it. 4 wide into 1 on the last lap.
Correct. TK, Tony Kanaan, always said to me about the Indy 500, you only need to lead 1 lap.
Yeah.
In your whole career of an IndyCar driver, you only need to lead 1 lap, the last one. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't matter where you qualified. None of it. You lead the last lap. And that's what Parker did.
Yeah.
Absolute monster send. 3 wide. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed... very happy.
Did that one? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Big old trophy.
Oh, huge. Like, you cannot lift that by yourself.
It's worth a shot, though.
I mean,
100.
Parker's strong way. I'm sure he can give it a go.
100 grand.
It's not bad.
And it's not
He's
bad.
still 18, isn't he?
Yeah, it's insane.
Just a cub.
So yeah,
he's the oldest looking 18-year-old I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's a shot there. That's 4 wide with... I think that's all championship contenders. Right at the death there.
That's oh my god, all their names have gone out my head now. The final was yesterday, so it's over.
Was that Tucker though? The one that was in between, that wasn't part of the final 4. Or...
That's Zelensky.
Yeah.
This is who I thought was actually going to win the championship. I was rooting for Parker, but I actually thought think
Stephen
this was...
Wilson.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
There you go.
And I think Graham Bolan had damage. Actually, Graham Bolan, I think, in everything that happened, finished the race 3rd, which even caught me by surprise because I was watching sort of who crossed the line first. But yeah, in that calamity of him giving the Persian or the 3 wide, there was an opportunity for the 5th to become 3rd right at the line.
Yeah. And that's worth prize money as well for him at the end. Like,
the prize in second place is 50 grand.
Yeah.
I think it's 8 grand for 10th.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. It's good money.
It's good money.
But also, like, I seen Zelensky getting a bit of blowback on Twitter. Sorry, X. Got to call it by its proper platform name. For basically giving Parker the shove in the final corner.
That was a big shove.
It was a big shove, but like he hit him like pretty square. Like he wasn't trying to wreck him. He was trying to just nudge him out of the way. Which, I mean, for 50 Gs. Yeah, why not? I mean, yeah, you would.
I would 100% let the stewards decide it other than not going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It's for 50 to 100 grand.
Yeah.
Mate, I'll put you on a wall on your birthday. I wouldn't ask any questions. For that kind of money, I'm not going to... I'll feel bad, but
Which
I'll get
makes
over it when the price comes in.
It makes it so much more remarkable in 2020 or so 2019 when it was Zach Novak and Keegan Leahy, last corner, last lap. And Keegan very much could have put Novak in the wall and won it, and he didn't. I couldn't believe it. And like the difference then was, it was a bigger split between first and second. It was 100k up top, but I think it was like 18 or 20 for second. So it was an 80k move that he didn't do. It probably would have got taken off him at the end. And
Sure.
you don't want to see that, but like he raced it. Like he gave Novak a cards width and a newspaper on the outside, and that's what was given, and Novak held on and won.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're never told, we're never known what they're told by race control before.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like guys, you know, if you do any stupid stuff on the last couple laps, we'll just ban you. Like, keep it. It is a show.
Yeah.
Because like the infamous, we always end up talking about bloody F1 on this. The infamous moment between Hamilton and Verstappen with the weird safety car procedure that only let through.
Yeah.
Before the race, it was told. I'm not justifying either. I don't care about debating it. To the F1 fans out there, it was told to the drivers, we are going to do everything we can to finish under any sort of racing, whatever we can do to go racing. It's the end of the championship. We've got a title on the line.
Yeah.
And so while it was an extraordinary circumstance, they did want to finish with it. It's a show. People think it's a race. It is actually a show.
Yeah.
And this is also a show. So it could have been why, you know.
Yeah.
So it's 80 grand difference, but it's also maybe you don't come back.
True.
If you're being an intent idiot on the last, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But every NASCAR race that I've ever seen, whether it's the sim or real life, encourages just wrecking the guy in the last corner for the win.
Yes.
It's always encouraged which is why I have no respect for it.
I usually see them all coming across the line diagonally backwards.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what am I watching here? I mean, it's a spectacle, sure, but it's hard then to take it seriously when it's not raced properly or fairly.
Yeah.
So, like, full credit as well to like how Bobby approached that last corner, like, and how he tried to like just nudge Parker wide to get the move done. Like he hit him dead square. He tried to hit him dead square. He said, "I wasn't trying to wreck him. I was trying to just push him out of the way."
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's an overtake.
Yeah,
Chauvin's
exactly.
racing.
Yeah.
Well, Chauvin's racing, I guess, as well. But I think if Bobby wanted to just dump him into the wall, he very much could and would have. But yeah, I've raced Bobby a long time from the Porsche Cup stuff because he's, you know, former pest driver. You normally get a fair but pretty firm fight out of him. That's usually to be expected, but he doesn't do anything really silly. So I think that's all on brand, all above board, and yeah, Parker's a deserving champion, and the Cub is outrageously good in everything that I've ever seen him in. Whether it's the oval side of things, whether it's a GT3 car, Porsche Cup.
That's insane.
Put him on a tricycle. I'm sure he's pretty good as well. Like, just anything that involves going quick, he is unbelievable.
He always comes across to me as like a smart, calculated kind of guy. I don't know, you know.
Yeah,
but that kind of
young. He's so young.
Yeah.
But he's like, even when he came through with us, he was like, from day one, he was just switched on.
Yeah.
But super chill, super relaxed about everything. He just wants to show up and drive. Doesn't matter what he's driving. He wants to drive, he wants to win, and he'll go about it the right way. So yeah, full credit to him.
Yeah, that's excellent. And yeah, I mean, I was sponsored to do all the watch along, blah blah blah. That's done now. I enjoyed it. For me, I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I wanted to introduce it to my audience and learn a bit myself. But I've seen oval racing officials, and I've seen this. This is nothing like that.
Yeah.
It was very intense.
Sorry, I've something's not plugged in right. Hold on. It might be the switch on the. Oh yeah, it's probably that direction.
Bear with us. Technical issue. This one. Is that it?
Yes.
Perfect. We worked it out. Yeah, I enjoyed it. The racing's very intense, and I think that's what I took from it. And I just assume these guys, it is a bit of a cut above the rest of what you're going to get in officials, because the 4-wide action, the 5-wides at start, the stuff they're doing with tyres, like it did look really difficult.
Yeah.
And they obviously make it look easy. I assume your average race isn't a 4-wide into the last corner and everyone's being respectful.
It is, but probably the circumstances of how you get there is totally different. It isn't by pure skill, it's by just sheer lunacy that it ends up that way.
Ever thought about it?
Briefly, yeah. 2016, 2017, I thought about it. It's like I could hang with some of the guys in fix, but then trying to learn the setup stuff as well would be like, and it's so setup dependent as well, especially how the cars drive now. It's a lot more just, you know, foot down and just wheel it half decently and you're there kind of a thing. But yeah, I did think about it for a time. Once upon a time, I was all right at it. All right, but it's been
a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute since I last gave it a proper go.
Nice. Okay, so Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. It's sort of actually, how is it doing? That's a good. It's on consoles as well, but let me just quickly see how it's doing on Steam. They've got an update out which focuses on. I read 300 bug fixes. 300 that was, sorry. Graphics update, FPS improvement, network improvements. Let me just see how the numbers are going in the PC market. This was a game. Do you remember Test Drives?
Yeah, I do remember Test Drives.
Let's see. Here we go. There are 1,400 people in the game now. It's doing okay. Share. This is the SteamDB information. So peak 5,000. I assume that was right at the beginning. Yeah. And it's pummeled down and it's sticking around the 1,500 a day peaks. So it's a start.
Yeah, it's a start. A rocky start, though.
It was terrible, yeah, because this is an online-focused game, and the online area and the registration and the logins was all balked.
Yeah.
But I've got their website here. First major patch, nice-looking website, actually.
Yeah.
Dear players with a lowercase p. Don't know.
Suboptimal,
yeah. Server improvements, I should hope so. I would have just put new servers.
Spelled optimization wrong. And so that's too Americanized.
Wait, optimization improvements? You improved the optimization? That's not right.
Something grammatically incorrect with that one, I think.
Something's not right there, yeah. 300 bug fixes, enhanced graphics, UI fixes, enhanced audio, save game fixes. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Improved peripheral support. Now works with monitors. No, I'm joking. But yeah.
No, works.
Yeah, I don't think there's a video or anything. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I just swear this year has been, or the last 2 years, just been everything's just scuffed launch-wise.
Yeah.
Missed dates, overpromised,
Underdelivered.
bad payment method, or bad way they're going to do their finances. Yeah, it's just been a shame. The last couple of years has been a right letdown, especially in, well, I say especially, I only really know our racing world, and I just feel like we're just constantly being let down.
I've seen bits of it as well, just in gaming in general. It's nearly difficult to find a game that just releases properly and looks really good and probably plays really good.
Yeah,
But I feel like it's a culture of gaming at the moment where, we can just sort of fix it later and it'll be fine and we can just roll out a patch or this DLC will make it a lot better. Whereas when you and I were growing up, it was physical death. Like, if the game was busted, that was it. There was no fixing it.
Yeah, if a game level had a bug in it, stay away from that bug, because if you want to play it, you need to work out how to get through that bug and never come back to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Things were built to last. You didn't have to update firmware or software or drivers or...
Yeah.
I just think it's been a shame because, I don't know. It's just, it feels like we're on a constant run of trailers, missed deadlines, bad releases, misinformation, not misinformation, but I don't know why this constant trend now when you release a game that you act all, we're not going to tell you what it is. Why? Like, I'm a paying customer, I have real money.
Yeah.
Tell me.
I want to spend my money.
Yeah.
Let me spend my money on something I want to spend it on.
Yeah.
Give me a reason to spend it.
Great. Tell me what you're selling.
Yeah. Sell it to me.
Yeah, and then it's early access, and then the company goes quiet for a very long time, and we're left hoping, ugh, did I waste my 20 quid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
On Steam, I've bought everything.
Yeah.
I'd never heard. Like, I swear, I've gone back in time through the F1 games. Like, wait, I'm missing one.
Yeah.
Like, hold on. Oh, bye. There you go. It's in my library. Okay, cool. I thought I was missing something there.
Yeah.
But yes,
I've got very good at especially on Steam, of trying to game out for a couple of hours, and if it really doesn't, if I'm just like, nah, this isn't it, then just getting the refund.
I've only ever refunded one game, and it was ACC.
Really?
Long time ago, yeah. I mean, on release, it was so bad. I was getting like 20 FPS. There was literally like 3-4 tracks maybe, and the only car I'd used, the cockpit position, I didn't make any sense to me. Like, I had to manipulate the FOV and the car seat position to sort of wing it.
Yeah.
And I drove for a little bit, and then I was like, okay, I'll try everything with the FPS. Googled. I don't think it had triple screen support on launch. I can't remember.
No, it didn't.
I was just like, I've never done this before, but I don't want to play you anymore.
Yeah.
I ended up buying it. Ironically, it was a scaled price release. I had bought it here, returned it here, and then ended up buying it
back up at the top. Yeah.
But I didn't mind. I got a lot of hours at ACC. Was it 1.7? I hated pre 1.7. Or was it 1.6?
1.6 I thought was like the first.
Maybe it was that. One of them.
Okay, yeah, it's starting to cook now.
I didn't like it. Hated curves. I hated like the heavy physics, and curbs drive me mad. And then one of the updates people were talking about, jumped in it, and I got some hours out of it. It's not my game, but I got some hours out of it.
Yeah.
Similar
sort of boat for me. Like, yeah, got some hours out of it. Not entirely my bag, but yeah.
Right. Good. I think that is all the sim racing news. Big headlines, but not many headlines.
Yep.
On to Apex Racing Team, and there is an awesome video of Luke winning round 3 of the FIA F4.
Yes.
Have you been watching any of this?
I have done my best to keep up with it, yes. Good result. Good results all round.
Wait, let's try that again. No, I'm not going to get to it in time.
And a half. It is all Luke McEwen.
There we go.
It's going to be a lead from start to finish.
I love how Luke never reacts when he wins. It's just like, yeah, wave over the line. Cool.
Yeah, job done. On to the next.
When's dinner?
Yeah, when's dinner?
He is. He's just so chilled out all the time. Well, unless it's going wrong, in which case he'll have a little complaint, obviously, like anyone does. But when he's winning, it's like, yep, expected to do that.
So let's play a game of Spot the Apex Driver. This is the FIA for Esports Global Championship. We've got Luke McEwen winning the way.
Yep.
Alex Dunn.
Yep.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Sanchez.
Yes. Hugh there in P8.
Graham used to be, right?
Yeah, once upon a time. Long time ago now,
yeah. Hugh, obviously.
Yep.
Hopefully I don't skip past one.
There's Gordy there.
Previous.
Yeah, previous.
Yep, Gordy.
Gordy's not been able to prep for this because real life stuff gets in the way, and even though the guys only get previous as well. Even though the guys only get about 24 hours to prep because they only get told the track 24 hours in advance for the 2 tracks for the 2 rounds.
Right.
Gordy's work schedule means that it's quite difficult for him even on that kind of notice to put the prep in. In an ideal world, he'd prep sort of during the week, but
I hope it's fixed.
I don't think
24 hours to build a set.
I think it is fixed. Could be. Let me double check.
That's fun.
That's info that off the top of my head I really should know. Hold up. Wait a minute. I'll get it figured out. I think it is fixed.
Hello again, chat. Ritz was unlucky in the second race with netcode. That's a shame. I didn't actually get to watch the races. How's
the sets are fixed. Yeah. I remember Luke complaining about the setup being so understeery, which is pretty on brand for iRacing setups. Yeah.
So how many? You say it's 2 rounds, or of the only those 2 rounds, or 24-hour notice, or has the format?
No, they're all. So yeah, you do 2 races back to back in the weekend.
I get what you're saying. Of course,
but you get 24 hours notice of what the 2 tracks are. So it's a tight turnaround, but If you drive the car often enough and you know all of the tracks, then getting up to speed doesn't take that long. You probably notice yourself like doing GT3 or GTP or even LMP2 at the usual tracks. Like if you haven't driven it for 3-4 months or whatever, but you hop back in and it's like, oh, well, this is kind of the same as what it was 3 months ago. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time to get it dialed in, and then, oh, yeah, it's like riding a bike.
Exactly, yeah. Even the new Spa, like, it's new and it's shiny and it looks pretty, but most of it's the same. I just need to work out, is my line working on the new stuff? And if not, what do I change? And that's it, yeah.
It's mainly just curbs that are different. That's the main thing, really.
Yeah, massive. This 3D curb stuff has changed the game.
As someone who hasn't tried the new Spa yet.
Oh, it's nice. Especially the first sector. Or second sector. After Radion, the... Right.
Yeah, second sector. So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like getting up over the curbs is nicer there than it used to be.
Yeah, 10 times nicer.
Yeah.
Laps are slower, though.
Dodge 3D curves.
Nah, it's just learning them and knowing how your car's going to react, especially in changing weather.
Yeah.
It's been tough. But yeah, so I need to probably try and follow up. When is the F4? When are these races?
Saturday.
Ah, that's why.
At the same time as Contenders. We'll switch the order around slightly here on this one. Right. Contenders is same time, which makes it very difficult for Aaron Vasquez because he's trying to do both. I don't think they're at the same time every week or whatever. I think it's week on, week off for F4, but past Contenders is every week, just straight through. So he didn't do Contenders at the weekend past at Akiyama because he was doing the F4, and he'll flip it around the other way where he'll do
what drop weeks? He's trying to maximize the drop weeks.
Well, there is no drop weeks.
Oh.
He's just trying to scramble his way through it the best he can.
Oh my God.
So it is rough. It's brutal, but he's a young cub who will race all the time, so he'll be fine.
You don't get to almost 12k without being that 11.8. I think
something like that. Yeah. Meanwhile, I am 1 day shy of 10 years on iRacing, and I'm still not 10k yet.
We don't race. Well, you do now in a...
Once a week.
Yeah.
10 iRacing
in a
week.
2k off.
So at the rate that I'm going, if I win every race that I do in F4 or in GT4 between now and 10k, it'll take me about 10 months, maybe.
No, that would never. You're gonna lose 170 I rate in one race, mate.
I've not had a race like that since I was like less than 8k. When I went from 8 to 9k, I lost I rating twice, and the maximum loss was 15. Again, I rating all but 2 times. Just solid as a rock.
Brilliant.
And one of those races was a team race. It wasn't even my fault either.
Oh.
Back when I think it was the Sim Cup race, and I think I did it with Antoine. Pretty sure. So this is a long time ago, and yeah, he got fired off at T1. Someone bombed it up the inside, and
you'd done your drive time.
No, he was first in the car.
Oh, okay.
But this was back when. No. I went back out anyway to try and salvage a result.
Ah,
but the car was busted, so
yeah,
tough day at the office.
I've lost I rating with not doing a lap before. It was at the Nordschleife. Teammate crashed. His PC technically crashed.
Yeah.
And I went to check the damages in the car, but I pressed it while the tow was still happening.
So
I got I rating deducted for checking the damages.
Oh, that's brutal. That sucks. That sucks so much.
That was the most painful one of all the hits I've ever had.
Yeah.
Contenders you talked about. Laguna Seca on Saturday. That's going to be a watch, isn't it?
That'll be a good watch. It'll be dry, thankfully, because Akiyama last week.
Did you watch that?
Yeah, I watched it.
That was
carnage.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
Like they had opened the
heavy wet conditions as well. Like it wasn't like your moderate moisture where it's like, it's pretty dry, but you've the odd little puddle here. No, this was like monsoon conditions.
Yeah.
Guys were, like Porsche Cup cars hard enough on the brakes as is.
Yeah.
Add in full wet conditions, like it was tough for those guys.
Yeah,
so tough.
It really did look difficult. Not, the camber on that circuit, the car, the weather, the fact it's such an elite race with, every 10th is half the grid. It looks...
Qualifying was basically a lottery where anyone who went out before, like and got their lap completed a minute before the time expired was like nowhere. Up to that point, anyone who set a time after that was like fine. It just dried up just enough.
Oh my life!
And the track had like cleared up just enough where it just gave
F1
it, like,
strat.
heaps of extra grip. So it was last man over the line basically had the best lap.
I
And yeah, our guys got the wrong call on that one. They went out early and yeah, ended up starting at the back. And when you start at the back in a race like this, it's just about survival. And there's a big shunt at the start. None of them got through it because it was basically a track blockage from like 15th on back. It was a long day for those guys. But Laguna on Saturday should be, in theory, a little more straightforward. I don't think we've seen Laguna. Oh, no, we did. Laguna last year in, I think it was Contenders as well. And our guys went really well there. So hopefully there's a little bit of form that can carry over from the guys doing it last year into this year. But yeah, tall order for those guys.
Yeah. Sorry, my throat. IndyCar goes to Iowa tonight.
Yes. Yeah. That should be interesting. David's hanging on for dear life here. So yeah, first oval race of the championship. So we've done Long Beach last week, and the week before was Indy Road. So yeah, Iowa's an awkward little oval. It's quite bumpy. It's 1 miler as well, I'm pretty sure. It's quite banked. So yeah, like a good bit of driving has to go into it. It's not just like mash throttle, turn left kind of a thing.
Yep.
A good bit of skills required. It is going to be quite setup dependent. The guys are reasonably optimistic going into this.
So with the oval, they still have to do the tyre strap.
No.
Is that just road?
It's just road. Yeah.
I love that, by the way.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite things to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a big strategy thing. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's just one compound on oval.
Yeah, I did think
which
that.
I think makes sense. Otherwise, you end up with like weird speed differences between cars that, especially at high speed, that can be, I guess, quite dangerous. So, yeah, that'll be hopefully a good watch. Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't do super late nights anymore, so I'll catch it in the morning and see how it went. But yeah, best luck to those guys. Do we have standings? I think Pete's second in points and Luke is fourth, if I've got that right.
It's the IndyCar iRacing Championship, that one, isn't it?
Yes. I think that's the one link that we're missing that we didn't perfectly prep for.
Is it this one?
Yes, okay, right. So, all right, so it was second and fourth last week at Long Beach. So Cooper Webster winning and then takes championship lead. So Pete's third and Luke there in P6.
And who's the other?
So we've got Dan Amore there in P16.
Yeah, Dan Amore.
I think his top 12 hold the license. So I think that's going to be his focus is
getting those points.
Getting those points, just sort of work his way forward, try and stay out of trouble all season. It's a learning experience for young Dan. Like he's straight into the fire really on this one. So, but he's got good guys around him to work with. Hopefully Brandon as well can roll in. Like obviously into the oval stuff is going to be more his forte.
Yep.
So expecting him to bounce back after messing around and then just having a difficult time at Long Beach. So yeah, all eyes forward on that one tonight.
Yeah,
that's like a 1 a.m. start. So.
No, mate, obviously.
These guys have a busted sleep schedule to try. So to be like world championship sharp at that time of the day, like
sure,
your sleep schedule has to be a bit scuffed. So, yeah, best luck to those guys.
Yep. And Apex Racing League news, last but not least, tonight in what was it, about an hour and a half? Hour and 40 minutes, let's say, that sort of time period. We'll be going live for the ARL Prototype Championship, round 1 tonight. It's GTPs and LMP2s. Mm. The track has escaped my brain.
I think it's Spa. Is it Spa? It is Spa.
New Spa, to get to see
Spa.
That. Yeah, it's brilliant. I tried it in the prototypes as well, and not the LMP2, mind you. I've retired the LMP2 in my mind. Yeah, it's just the draft.
Yeah.
I love the car to drive lap. I love it.
You just can't race it, really.
Yeah, that's what I say. You can't race it. And you then, if you can't race it, you fuel save. You go beyond what's fun in fuel saving.
Yeah.
You end up, I don't practice anything. I just practice my fuel saving.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I did it for a long time, but I'm done now. I want to race.
Yeah.
I want to not wonder where I come out in 40 odd minutes. No, I want to race cars. But it's, and I mean, yeah, I just got a bit much of the fuel saving. So yeah, it's still a fun car to drive, but GTPs are, yeah, they're fully raceable. You still want a fuel save. I'm not saying it's not about fuel saving. There's still a lot that goes into these cars, but yeah, for me, I just sort of.
But when it's time to battle, you can battle.
Correct.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. So yeah, round one tonight. So make sure to check that out. Be on the Apex Racing TV YouTube channel.
Yes.
I think that is everything.
Oh, just for reference, Sam should be back on commentary for that, I think, this evening, if I've got that right.
I believe so, yes.
If not, then I'm probably going to have to commentate last minute, which... Oh, dear. Me commentating? It's like Father Ted and letting Dougal do a funeral. It's like, oh, God, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm sure you've done it.
Set something on fire somehow, by someone. Cool.
I should mention, I'm terrible with the sponsors. Apex Racing Academy, make sure you go there, check out, get your setups, telemetry, get Jamie's...
I've got the free Mercedes AMG GT4 data pack. I think I can cover this because I've shilled it so much with the videos that we've been doing. But so we have the free track guide up on YouTube every week. The Road Atlanta one. No, not the Road Atlanta one. What one is it for next week? What one did I just do? Oh yeah, the Road Atlanta one's up for this week anyway. Oh yeah, no, I still need to do the Hungaroring run for next week. So you get your B lap, O lap, replay files, the setups, qualifying and race, and when we have a wet week, we'll also have the wet setups as well. So yeah, looking forward to. I think that's week 6 at my core is going to be wet, which is.
And it's all free for the Merc GT4.
Free.
It's all free, yeah.
Free.
You
have nothing to lose by giving it a go. And then within that, you can join our Discord server. Information is in the email whenever you sign up, and just follow a couple of simple instructions, and you'll be able to interrogate me in the car channel for any advice, tips, tricks, whatever you think of in the Mercedes AMG GT4. So,
and we know when you go live when you're racing it.
Yes.
So if you want to try and watch Jamie's info and then take him on,
yep,
I'd love to see that.
Yeah. So I go live at about 7:30 now on the Apex Racing Team Twitch channel, and then I do the next open race of the Vulcan Tire Sports Car Challenge, which is
on your main.
On my main, yeah. The road to 10K is on very, 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 very slowly.
Yeah, I might get it before you.
So if you want to like deprive me of that, then yeah, feel free.
Yeah. All right, I think that's everything. Unless there's anything you wanted to mention.
No, I think that covers pretty much everything. We've been.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to be
a nice round 1 hour ish. So
yeah,
it's pretty close to it. So yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to set course EVO dates, but I think, to be honest, the next thing we're going to get is pretty much the launch. So yeah, make sure you check back here. We'll be here next week, probably Sam, but we don't know.
I mean, we thought Sam would be here this week, and you know,
yeah, he's hard to pin down.
Yeah, he is hard. Yeah, he's bailed on us. Slimy fella. No, Sam will be back for commentary later, and then we'll be back in the seat next week, all being well.
Yep, so from myself, David, and Jamie, thank you very much. And yeah, we'll catch you next week for another episode of The Late Apex.
Take it easy.
Cheers.